A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all the listeners. I am Raja Suzana Raja Kasim, and together with me, my graduate research assistant, Nurul Azlin Saleh, would like to present item validity and reliability for the spirituality discipline in building Insaniah Values for selected at-risk youth group in Malaysia. This presentation will go up to all these nature of content, from the introductions up to the conclusion. And let me just quickly introduce you to the, interest of this particular research. From Islamic perspective, we would like to dwell further, examining the thinking of the administrator, parents, instructors, policymakers, and important stakeholders, which are none other than a group of students who are caught in various disciplinary problems. Because the focus of interest here is actually among young people who are vulnerable to at-risk activities, and to what extent actually the model that we are aiming to build from these items development are able to exploit opportunities in a number of aspects, in particular the economic, social, and serving social inclusion itself. So as we can see, it's alarming today that you see a report has been showing that 2.6 million young people appear to be yet to be employed. And then importantly, this actually cover those ages between 16 to 25 years old, and they have been involved in quite a number of at-risk activities and inclusive juvenile delinquency as well. So in this particular content, we are trying to take a look in the perspective of social issues, how actually the current empirical standing have shown us, majority come from a which background, low income, and they have diverse experience, of abused parents and drug addicts, and a number of other occasions, the vices of bad demerits of weaknesses in human character that all bring down the young people who are actually still schooling, their academic performance down, and they appear to have low literacy, as study have cited quite a number of evidence that they appear to be increased in involvement in gangs, poor grades, absenteeism, and even drug abuse. So all these actually have a lot to be experienced about the background of the student as well. Some have experienced and witnessed domestic violence where mother has been abused by their partner. So these influence the development and character of the young people. And interestingly, 5% of the students who were engaged at risk activity were found in the disciplinary actions evidence from Ministry of Education. So what we want to explore here is actually to look from the Islamic perspective. We want to develop Insaniah value in character development and offer an alternative model for public and private agriculture vocational institutions at the organizational level, and also at youth risk at the individual level. Perhaps from the Islamic perspective, the word deen, right, is often defined as religion and is meant initially as debt. So a Muslim seeks to pay the debt to God who has given one life. So therefore, as a Muslim, right, we have to discipline ourselves and plug into God consciousness. So this is where we are trying to tap some of the good example from Imam Al-Ghazali, right? Quite a number of interesting work of him has been translated into the Bahasa and English version. So it appeared to sound an innovative approach in dealing with human development through his Sufism model, so that we could understand further the core concept of self-building success and ways to manage via person-centered approach. So in this paper, Building Insaniah Values will associate with number of stations here. I must say here, inclusively, importantly, is the spiritual discipline. And we also bring about the faith, values, soft skill, and even specific focus for our sample, the agripreneur vocational soft skills value. So having those put together, we are focusing and scoping this presentation to answer these research questions. Do spiritual discipline explain Insaniah values among selected target group of at-risk youth in Malaysia? And secondly, do Insaniah Values items offer reliability and validity in assessing and addressing moral decay among selected target group of at-risk youth in Malaysia? So having noted all those elements, right, these are actually some of the sources that where we tap the items, and we also referring to Malaysian qualification framework to align with the contemporary perspective and Islamic values. So the CR value is actually one of the what they call composite reliability, one of the elements that we try to tap in answering research question 1. Do this spiritual discipline explain Insaniah values? So what we found is that each of the construct were in the range of 0.85 to 0.96, and even the Cromba alpha values range from 0.7 to 0.95. So analysis offered a satisfactory and acceptable results, and according to the rule of thumb, Geffen, TAL, with a score of CR greater than 0.7, the Insaniah value items are considered reliable. So in answering research question number 2, to measure those level of similarity among construct, right, this paper run the convergent validity and also the rest of others, which actually align with the measurement to seek the standard required, such as the outer loading, the composite reliability analysis, and the average variance extracted model. So by running all these, some of the items were excluded based on the AVE value requirement, and then interestingly, the Forner-Lacker analysis, this is actually to compare the value of the AVE square root with the construct, correlation values, so that it gives us the highest value in any column or you see row compared to the highest correlation value of any other construct. So based on these findings, right, the Forner-Lacker criterion validation and subsequently the test for discriminant validity has been done, and it answered question regarding the validity of the construct, and it does fit. And HTMT criteria analysis also suggests that the relationship between construct was good or not, so that it has to verify, and the existence of discriminant validity for each of the construct tested, right? And then importantly, the findings that we wish to highlight here, that the items recommend values and quality in terms of this reliability and validity. And then we can conclude that the Insaniah value model explain the person-centered approach to spirituality and responsibly managing whatsoever connected to the development of the insan at the schools and related public and private institutions. With that, I end my presentation. Thank you very much.